Hello, and thank you for watching this weather update for Cotton Incorporated, brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I'm a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. Well, let's get started with a look at last week's rainfall across the Cotton Belt. We can see how fields from the Carolinas through Georgia received rainfall between about a ½ inch to 1.5 inches, but some fields received quite a bit more across Alabama, Louisiana, and eastern Texas. Even the typically dry regions in the panhandle of Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona received a little help from Mother Nature. Fields in California rarely get rain this time of year, and the drought that is in that state has been historic to say the least. Numerous fires are burning across the West right now, but the Blue Cut fire north of Los Angeles has gotten all the attention over the last 2 weeks. This fire is now thankfully contained, but it did consume some 36,000 acres, forced the evacuation of 80,000 residents, and destroyed over 105 homes. Currently, the chimney fire is only about 35% contained and threatens 2,000 structures and homes, as it's already destroyed 70 structures, including 45 homes. As the dry season continues, the drought of the last 3 years has turned this region into a tinderbox, making it very susceptible to more fires. Cotton fields in the Central Valley have certainly felt the impacts of this drought, as irrigation efforts have been strained in recent years due to the water reservoirs being so low, and in some cases, strict water restrictions have been in place. Okay, so where are we headed for the end of this week and at the start of next week in terms of temperature? The overall picture is characterized by the development of a ridge in the upper-level airflow over the southeastern United States. These ridges are typically associated with above normal temperatures, and that's what we're seeing in this animation of temperatures through Sunday morning. Notice how mid and upper 90s are expected in the south as that ridge takes hold for the next week or so. So what about rainfall over the next 5 days? Well, fields from the Carolinas through Georgia stay dry through the next few days, barring any stray pop-up storms that come from the heat of the day. Now that ridge keeps most of the big precipitation makers out of the way. However, NOAA is picking up on something that might be a big game changer for the Cotton Belt in the coming days. As we all know, this time of year we need to turn our attention to the tropics as the hurricane season ramps up for the next 6 weeks. We are right here in this season, just a couple of weeks ahead of the historical peak in hurricane activity. And this is what we're watching right now. This satellite animation shows the tropical Atlantic Ocean late in the evening on Wednesday. In fact, the line that sweeps across the image shows the sun setting, and the switch to us using infrared satellite imagery so we can see these weather systems at night. Well, this is Tropical Storm Gaston, the 7th named tropical system of the 2016 season. Gaston is on its way to becoming a hurricane, but thankfully, the steering winds over the open Atlantic will keep Gaston far from the U.S. coastline. The real concern over the coming week is the evolution of this cluster of tropical thunderstorms called 99L. It gets that name from the National Hurricane Center, as they are investigating whether this might turn into a tropical storm or potentially even a hurricane. The concern is that this system may survive its trek over the Greater Antilles and feed off of the very warm water, 86 degrees warm, that surrounds Florida right now. Now, there's a lot of uncertainty in the track of this system, as well as its strength, but model projections suggest it might hit anywhere between South Carolina to Florida and maybe even over to Louisiana. At any rate, it will be introducing quite a bit of precipitation to those regions, so we need to keep a close eye in the tropics in the coming days. Well, thank you for watching this weather update for Cotton Incorporated. As always, we at Agrible aim to provide the most timely and useful weather forecast information so as to help you plan your operations. Thank you.